Hello everyone, how are you guys? My name is Akash Dev, and let's talk a bit before starting the main content of this video. Yesterday I talked about what are my goals for tomorrow and what I am trying to accomplish in these 7 days, which I still have in my hand before my college reopens. So today the time is around like 12 noon, and I decided to record this video. I decided to record two videos today, but I don't know whether I would be able to record one more video in the evening or not. But it's still my try. I'll still try to record one more video and upload that on YouTube. Now, what's the main content of today's video? What I'll be talking about in today's video? More than half of a year has passed, and now it's time to have a look on my journey, on whatever things I have learned, whatever things I have done, some experiences, everything which I have accomplished till now. And I just wanted to share those things with you guys, and at the end I will also share some of my learnings which I gained from those experiences. So when the year started, that is in January, I was in my third semester in my college. My mid sem got over at January, I guess, and then at February I was having my end semester examination. So at that time I was also involved in a startup. I was in a Bluetooth BLE beacon project which I was developing, and I was the main developer, software engineer, main application developer of that project. So I was involved in that task very deeply. Now when my exam came, I had a lot of stress to study for the exams. I wasted my whole semester in this project thing in this startup, but I hadn't studied that much for my syllabus. I still remember that I almost just passed in my mid-semester examination of my third semester, just passed. I was not able to get a good score in my third semester examination, so I had to work really very hard to get good score in my final examination. But still I was wasting a lot of time in this application thing, in this software, in this project. So after that in the I remember 16th or 17th of January, that day there was going to happen an event at near my college. That the name of that event was Startup Odisha. So what happened in that event was, we have to submit our projects, and we as exhibitors were present there, and we were used to share our ideas to various people, like various tech experts, some ministers, and many people. Now many people came there. I shared my ideas, many people liked my ideas. I made a lot of good connections. The learning experience was very great in that event. Although I didn't won that event, but many people appreciated me. They gave me video recording of their how they liked my how was my idea, their experience, and what they think about my startup, what they think about my project. I got many good feedback from them. But actually right now I am not working on that project, so that's the later part. I will come to that part also, but this is the that main part. Now after this event, I was I came back. I didn't won. I was not feeling that much well, and I also had my exams in few weeks, and I hadn't studied a lot. So I stopped working on that project for a while, and I started studying for my examination. My exams went pretty well. I scored around 8.65 CGPA or something similar. I don't remember actually what was my CGPA in the third semester. So yeah, that went pretty well. So after that, I decided that after my third semester examination, we had 1 month of holiday. So I decided that in that 1 month of holiday, I won't go to my home. I would stay in my college, and there I would work on this project and try to build the application. Now while I was building the application, I realized some things. I realized many things actually, which I will be discussing in the later part of this video. So see, that time my routine was I woke up and I edited, I made the application, I built the application, and I was doing all these stuff each and every day. Now after a few days, what happened was, that time I was not actually doing any other things, which makes me happy, like data structures and algorithms practice, recording videos, going to gym. I was not doing any other things. I was just focusing. My main focus was on this thing only, and I was feeling very depressed. I was living alone. I was lying on my bed a whole day, and I was so alone that if I got some bug, I was not able to how to resolve it. Sometimes the Wi-Fi gets disconnected, then I again feel depressed, because I was living alone, and that's how my day was going. And after a few days, there was going to be a hackathon in my city. So I went to participate in that hackathon, and we didn't won that hackathon, but the experience was also that not that much good. Actually, my team members had left me few days before hackathon, so I like had to make new team in like a lot of hurry. I like took few people and added them in my team who had zero idea, literally zero idea about my project. So I added those people just because I had to participate in that hackathon and to gain some experiences. Although and the one more thing is that I have already paid money to participate in that hackathon. So yeah, I didn't won in that hackathon, and that hackathon was not at all good. That was the worst hackathon of my life. And after a few days there was happening one more hackathon in my state, so I participated in that hackathon, and that the experience in that hackathon was good. I got to pitch in my idea, my startup idea, in front of various investors, in front of various ministers, in front of many people. There also I made lot of good connections. I met lot of people, lot of students working on different types of projects, different types of idea. I saw many things. I gained lot of the experience that I gained from that hackathon was really great. So I spent whole 2 days in that hackathon, and after that I came back home. So this project I was like mentored by another person. So that person called and said me that why did you went home, you had to stay in the college to work on the idea. So like this is also one thing that I didn't like, that I want to be in my freedom. I like to work wherever I feel comfortable, but this thing was I was feeling that this is forced, and my team members are not at all working, were not at all working anything. All the burden of the project, all the burden of the idea was on my head only. So this was also like a main reason, probably a reason why I left the project. In the 15, I spent almost 15 to 20 days in my college, and in those 15 to 20 days, the prototype of the application of my project was almost ready. Like almost, it was ready. It was completely ready. There was some more works which was left in that project part, in my project, that had to be done by my other teammates, but they were not doing anything. All the burden was on me only. I was pitching, I was building the application, I was creating designs, I was creating PPT for our presentation. I was doing each and everything, and no one else was doing anything. So this was also a thing. Now after my holiday, when I came back to college, then also I went few days to that place. That's actually a lab. So I also went then I went few days to the lab. And then what was happening was like I was not feeling very good in doing that project. Like my interest from that project has almost lost. Almost, or I said 80% of my interest had lost from that project. I was stressed the whole day, and the bug was not fixing. No one was helping me. My teammates were not doing anything. So I get very depressed and like very demotivated. I always had question in my heart that why am I even doing this thing, and all those types of stuff. Now before my mid-sem examination, like my mid-sem of 4th semester examination, a few days before my 4th semester mid-sem examination, this time also I wasn't studying that much. So I texted my mentor, and I said them that I will not be coming to the lab. I will not be doing I will not be like accompanied in this project for a while, because I have to study for my examination, and after my examinations got completed, I will again join the group. I will again join the project. So I just texted this simple message, and then that person responded me with okay, we are dropping you from the project as for now, and we will and yeah, so that's basically what that person texted me. We are dropping you from the project, and then he removed me from the group. Now when he removed me from the group, I felt very bad that I am doing many things. I am like doing all the stuff from the starting. I am doing everything alone. No one was there to help me. My teammates were not at all helping me, and then I get this response. Okay, that's totally fine. So I was like again feeling depressed, but there was like a thing in my mind that I have to prove someone, or like I have to do something great, like a lot of energy. When you are heartbroken, you have a lot of energy inside of you. Now what I did was, and there come an opportunity in our college, that is by Samsung Prism. It's an like research intern opportunity that pays you some amount for research. They give you a research workload, and when you complete more than 60% or 70% of that workload, so you get some sort of money. And for that you have to prepare for data structures and algorithm. There are two coding round and interview, and there is also many process for that. And that was basically for all the students of second year and third year. So combining second and third year, we have almost 5,000 students in our college. 5,000 students in combining both the batches, and from that 5,000 students, only 38 students got selected. And guess what? My name was on that list. I got selected. I worked very hard before the examination of this Samsung Prism thing, and I got selected in that. My name got shortlisted. So now it was going really well. Like I got selected, and I was working in a project in a team which team really helped me. the team like motivated me, the team helped me, all of us were helping each other, we are guided by our mentor very well. So this project was going pretty well, and it's going currently also, till now also. And after this thing, what happened was, now I don't have actually very good experiences, like very good, from very good I mean very big experiences from which you can learn. Although I was doing some sort of things, like I was already going to gym, and I started focusing more on my studies part, more on my academics part, and I also started practicing some communication skills. I never missed the moment where I had to speak in front of an audience. Doesn't matter if it's an audience of 5 people or 50 people, I always tried my best. I always tried to speak in front of people so that I could improve my communication skills and my English speaking skills. Because when I used to pitch in front of investors, then there I realized what's the importance of communication skills, why speaking in English and your communication skills is very necessary. I realized those things that time, and I am currently doing this challenge. The reason of recording these videos is also the same. Now what happened was, in my like 4th semester only, there was an event, like a G20 event. So the G20 event was occurring in my college. So I went at that event, and that event was a game changer for me. I made a lot of good connections there. I met many people, various people from various fields. I talked to them. I made friends with many people. I made really very great connections with them. I connected with them on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp. I took photos with them. Like that event was really a game changer for me. Now after that event, whatever things I learned, I wrote everything on a blog. And I forgot to mention one thing, that I was writing blog from like previous year only. So I was continuously writing blogs. I was continuously sharing anything which I was learning on my blog, in the article forms in my blog. So I was doing all sort of stuffs, all these kinds of like stuffs. Now what happened was, when I came back from that event, that event, there I got a lot of chance to speak in English and talk with people and made some good connections. I know there are many people who are very ahead of me and doing great things in my age only, but here I am sharing my journey. What was my journey, how I was trying to accomplish things, and what's my learning. I know that I may sound silly to you currently also, like I am not that much grown, but I am still learning. So I am like talking about my past. Now after that event, what happened was, I shared everything in my blogs, and that time my blog also get a lot of reach, and that's another story. I have shared all these things in my yesterday's video, so you could go and watch that video. Now after that thing, there's nothing like that much big after that thing. After that I attended some small events, I talked to some people. After that the things were like not that much big. I was doing well in my life, but the things were not that much big. Now then my 4th semester examination happened, and I got decent marks. I got 8.75 CGPA or 8.8 CGPA, something like that. I don't remember actually, but I was satisfied with my marks, like whatever score I get, because I was focusing on so many things. That's why, like so many things which like I really loved. That's why I have not that much, like I can't devote that much time in my studies. So I was like pretty much satisfied with whatever marks I got. And in my 4th semester, there were some subjects which I didn't like that much. Those subjects are not going to affect me in long term, so I didn't focus on those subjects as well. So yeah, that's all like my journey. Now I would love to share some of my learnings through this journey. So the first learning is making real world connections. Now what I mean by making real world connection, all the connections, any people which I am meeting, any connections which I am meeting in my making in my life, all are real world. No, all are not real world. See, making connection online and making connection offline, there is a huge difference in both the things. Suppose I'm just sending someone a connection request on LinkedIn, so that person accepts my connection request, and that person doesn't know me. So in the first meet, everyone wants to be special. Everyone wants to no one wants to disrespect anyone, right? You send a good message like, hey, I saw your profile on LinkedIn and you are working in this domain, and I am also interested in this domain, so let's be connected, or let's work together. You could send a DM, something like that, or you could send any kind of DM on LinkedIn. Now that person's if that person feels interested in you, so he may talk. And if your DM, doesn't matter what the intention of your DM was, that person is not going to see your face, that person doesn't know you. If your message feels rude to that person, then you are not going to get any reply back from that person, and that person won't help you. So this is like what, see, I may be wrong, but there are many cases in which the sending cold emails and making connections online has helped many people. I am not denying that fact, but I am just telling that making connections offline is way better than making connections online. Now while I was making connections offline, what was happening is I am speaking to some person, and that person is seeing my face, my expression, everything, my body language, everything, and that person feels connected. If I am talking about something that person actually loves, so that thing feels connected. And one more thing is that there is no trace in offline world. In online world, if you say something disrespectful, so there is a trace in your chat, that person like can see any time. But in offline world, there is no such thing. So that's what I mean by making offline connections. You are talking with a person in online for a long time, suppose 2 to 3 months, and when you meet that person in offline, you may even not able to recognize that person, because many times people use filters in their photos online, or many times people doesn't use their photos, so you may not be able to recognize them. And even if you are able to recognize them, you may not know how to start a conversation with that person. So this is what like problems happen sometimes. But in offline, you already know that person, you have talked a lot with that person, you have shook hands with that person, you have made up like great connection with that person, you have talked about many different domains, many different things with that person. So this thing actually really helps in the personal world. Now my second learning which I would love to share is making content, like blogging and creating content on any social media platform. You could either record video like I am doing currently, you could either do video content, or you could write articles, or you could post images, like post on LinkedIn, you share PDFs, anything you could do, anything that you want, you could do that. Now why is that necessary? Creating content and sharing your views makes credibility, makes you visible. Like suppose I am telling that I am good at a particular artwork. Now if I am telling this to someone, that the first response of that person will be, how do I believe you? Do you have something to show your expertise? Now if I have already created a lot of artworks and posted on my social media, so I can simply show that to that person. So that's the reason why I always emphasize on content creation. Content creation makes people trust you. If you are creating a lot of content, so if suppose I write a lot about startups in my articles. Now if I meet any person, if that person have read my blog, so he would know that this person is like a master of this field, he knows something about that field. And compared to any person who has also great expertise, but he hasn't shown his content, he haven't shown his expertise to his audience, so it would be difficult to believe that person as compared to the person who is already creating content on the internet. Now let's come to our third point. My third point is seizing opportunities. See, seizing opportunities is very necessary. Many times we came across some opportunities and we think that, oh, I am not prepared for this one. First I will prepare and then I will take part in that. So we always had these types of like conflicts in our mind. That's not always true. You should seize the opportunity. What will happen in the worst case? You would lose, but in the best case you could win also. Or even if you don't win, you could have a good experience from that opportunity, from that thing in which you have like participated. Suppose there is an opportunity like there is an open mic event where I have to speak a poem. So yeah, this was also like one of my experience in my 4th semester. There was happening an open mic event and I participated in that. So what happened in that open mic event was I had to speak a poem. I had written a poem about suicide like in previous year, like in 2021. There was once a time in my life where I was feeling very depressed. I was feeling all lost out, and the things were not going well in my life. So that time I wrote a poem about suicide, and I never spoke about that poem at any event or at anywhere. I never spoke about that poem. And in this open mic event, I was feeling so much nervous. I haven't ever spoke in front of a huge audience. I spoke about some few people, but the audience there was really huge. So I was feeling very nervous. I haven't spoken any poem anywhere. And when I went there, I spoke my poem, I read my poem, and the people literally had tears in their eyes. The host hugged me and said that the poem moved him very deep. Now I felt really very happy, really very glad. I got some coffee and some sandwiches from that cafe where I spoke my poem. And from that event, I made some good connections with some poets, and from those connections, I get some more opportunities where I could express myself, I could speak poems, and some more open mic events. So from this opportunity, I got to some other opportunities as well. So this is what happens. Never ever let opportunities go away. Or you should always try to seize the opportunities. Any opportunity came in your life, just seize it. At the worst case, you would lose, but and see, sometimes it also happens like that, like you should never overestimate yourself, that okay, I will do these things. Suppose you are a doctor and you have and then a patient comes in your hospital and you don't know anything about the disease which he is suffering from, but that person is going to pay a lot to the doctor who could treat him. So in this case, if you apply this rule that okay, here is an opportunity, so first I will grab it and now I will learn how to like treat this person, so that's not going to work, because in the worst case that person can die. Here the worst case is completely different from the worst case of that place of which I am talking. So you should consider the worst case outcomes of any event, and if the worst case is not that much worst actually, and that worst case also won't affect that much on your life, so you could just grab and seize that opportunity. See, no one is here to judging you. Everyone is like worried in their life only. No one is like going to tell that okay, this person messed up at that event, this person did that, this person, no one talks about those stuffs. People talked about when they were kid. Now everyone is busy in their life. Even if someone says that, no one is really interested, so just move on with your life. Try to have as much good opportunities as you want in your life. Now let's talk about my next point. So what is my next point? My next point is personal fitness. While doing all the stuffs, you are doing anything in your life, your fitness should always be your primary goal, because your body is the only vessel which you are going to have till the end. Suppose I am like focusing a lot in artworks, and I am not actually sure that whether till the end I could do this artwork or not. This thing would be with me or not. I am not actually sure. Suppose I am focusing a lot to build that only I would take the example of artwork only, but at some point my hand got cut or something happened, or like anything could happen. I got some disease. I got very great at my skill, I got very rich, but I got a disease and I got obese, I got extra skinny, some sort of disease happened with me and I am not fit. So I like that's also not great. So you should always keep fitness as your primary thing. I am not telling you to like devote lot of hours in gym and doing a lot of running, cardio and all those stuff, but you could at least do half an hour of physical activities each and every day. Just a half an hour walk or half an hour jog, some push-ups or sit-ups if the gym is not accessible to you, or you could simply lift some weights or some dumbbells. Lifting dumbbells and weight training is a very great exercise. So you could like think of any physical fitness goal you want, and you could just stick to that routine. Half an hour or 1 hour a day is more than enough for anyone. And one more thing is that you should never take less sleep. Sleep is your key. Like sleep is like a magic. You should never underestimate the importance of sleep. Sleep is very important. I always recommend everyone to take at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Depends upon sleep also depends upon individual to individual. So someone can feel whole day refreshed even in 5 hours of sleep, and someone can't feel refreshed even after getting 8 hours of sleep. So it totally depends on you. But the fitness part is very important. Now let's talk about our next point. So the next point is stepping out of your comfort zone. So why stepping out of your comfort zone is so important? Suppose I am like living a normal life. I always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but I am never starting a YouTube channel, and I am only thinking the thing that I don't know how to speak in front of a camera. No one will give me views. I don't know what to share, but I always wanted to do that thing. So that is the case. Like I would just sit in my comfort zone. I would never step out of my comfort zone. But a different scenario would be I start recording the videos. I start uploading them on YouTube, and slowly I learn by the process. This thing sounds similar like I won't solve any math problem because I don't know maths, and I don't know maths because I am not solving any math problem. I could give you one more, like a pun is coming in my mind. I am having hair fall because of stress, and I am stressed because I am having hair fall. So both the things are connected. You should just get out of your comfort zone, do the things which is necessary to accomplish your goals, so that you could grow in your life and you could be happy to yourself only. You would never like say that I started this thing and I failed, so now I regret it. You won't regret the thing that you failed, but you regret that you don't ever tried. So stepping out of your comfort zone is very, very necessary for your growth. Now my last learning from this journey is recognizing achievements. So why is it very necessary to recognize achievements? In the journey, like I am doing sort of stuff, I am on my personal growth journey, I am learning many things, but at the same time we got some small achievements also. Suppose I am writing a blog and I participated in the blogging challenge and I won that challenge, so I should be happy because I won that challenge. I shouldn't say that okay, this is not a great thing or something like that. I should be happy because I won, and I should express my feelings, express like to others also, and so that it makes other also motivated and others also to take part in all those stuff and do such great things in their life. So we should accomplish small things, and that also makes us feel motivated. Suppose I am going gym for almost a month, and I am telling that I am not able to see the progress. So does it mean that the progress isn't happening in my body? No, it is not true. The progress is happening, but the progress is so minor that I am not able to recognize it. And when you compare your photo without before going to gym, and when you compare your photo after going to gym, you could see a significant change in your like physical health and in your lifestyle. So you could you could see a significant change. So you should embrace your accomplishment. You should like be happy about whatever things you have achieved, even if it is very small. You have at least achieved something, and achievement only come when you try, when you work hard. Achievement doesn't come when you are at your comfort zone. So yeah, that's all for this video. I have shared a lot of things. I have spoken a lot of random things also, like a lot of shit, and I don't know whatever I spoke. And if someone gets help from this video, if you find this video helpful, please hit the like button and do comment in the video, like whatever things I could improve in my channel or improve in my video, or some tips for me. If you have any good message for me, you could give that also for in my comment section. No one is watching my videos. I have uploaded more than 30 videos, and no one has watched my videos. In some videos only I get few views, and then I have 0 views in my videos. So if you like my videos, you could just give positive message to me, so that it makes me feel motivated. And yeah, even if you are not doing, I will still upload the videos, because the point I said below, getting out of your comfort zone, and recording videos is like I am getting out of my comfort zone only. So yeah, that's all for today. Thank you anyone who have watched this video this far. Bye bye. All the best for your self-help journey or for your improvement journey. Bye bye.